Get another check of this brutally cold weather. I think we're all over it at this point, but unfortunately, it's going nowhere anytime soon. Let's get back out to Indra, who's outside the studios for us this morning. How's it looking now, Indra?
You know, Kate, you mentioned that we're all over this. I made a little chart here. I'm wondering if you can help me decipher it. Michaela, 1 point. Cuomo, 1.5 points. Me, clear winner. Do you see this blank spot, Kate? You know what? Any idea what this may be for?
I have also an operative word. Our job titles. Meteorologist is one of them.
I'm going to have you join me. You see, everyone else has. We're going to fill this sheet out by the end of the season. I promise you that. But let's talk about
I don't even know what it is.
How many times have you been outside?
How many times have you been? You can't tell. You only get 1.5, Chris, because you made it 5 minutes yesterday. All right, let's talk about the cold air. We know it's in place today. We know the wind chills are brutal out there. Places in the Dakotas, 40, 50 degrees below normal. In the Northeast, single-digit temperatures today. But once you add in the wind chill, we're talking about sub-zero temperatures again. Here's the problem. This huge Arctic high, this dome of high pressure, staying in place, bringing that Arctic air, but it's actually going to be making its way farther south, meaning that cold air is going to be moving farther south as well. So, speaking of Super Bowl, we know that we're going to be talking about the chances for snow. We're talking about a couple Clippers making their way through this weekend. The third one in that line has the potential to bring snow by next week. Chances are right now, even though it's far out, that snow will be ahead of the Super Bowl. And for now, it looks like clear skies in the Super Bowl itself. But a lot can change as a series of these Clippers are expected to make their way through. Could affect some gambling, maybe?
All right, Indra, thank you so much. We'll debate this later.
Yeah, have fun out there.
Exactly.
You're cold. Stay there all day.
Coming up next on New Day. People everywhere slipping and sliding on unsalted streets, and more snow could be coming in the next few days. Meteorologist Indra Petersons is out in these brutal conditions for us this morning to give us a heads up of what to expect.
Teeth aren't chattering just yet, so that's a good sign, Kate. I think I'm all right now. But once again, we were talking about this unbelievably cold air. I mean, first of all, we had this huge system, this huge snow system that just left the area yesterday. And you'd like to think, fine, we're good now, right? We should warm up. Hardly the case. This huge area of Arctic high pressure is going to be moving in, meaning this cold air is here to stay. A lot of bad things to be thinking about. We already know the cold air is here. We also know it's not going to be going anywhere. Unfortunately, this chill is here to stay. Let's talk about what it feels like already this morning. Now that the system has cleared out in the overnight hours with clear skies, you actually get cooler out there. So we're talking about temperatures in the single digits into the Northeast, also sub-zero into the upper Midwest. Now we factor in the wind chill. What are we talking about? Even cooler temperatures, talking about sub-zero this morning into the Northeast. So many places 20, 30 degrees below normal, and even in the upper Midwest, the plains about 40, 50 degrees below normal. Look at this big bullseye, this dome of high pressure. This guy is only going to be sagging down to the south, meaning that cold air will be filling in instead of exiting. That's the concern that we're going to be talking about. We'll talk about a little bit more whether or not we'll see some more snow coming up in a little bit later in the hour, guys.
Okay, Indra, thank you. Outside our studios in the brutal cold to help us out. Indra?
That's another point, Kate. Yes, I'm definitely earning points because it is freezing outside again today. That means so many of us are going to be suffering. Yes, we had this huge snowstorm just yesterday, and we're all excited. Okay, it's cleared out of here. Things should get better, right? Wrong. We are talking about another cold Arctic air mass bringing even cooler temperatures, possibly to the end of the month. Let's talk about some of these temperatures. Into the Northeast today, single-digit temperatures this morning as we're waking up. Into the upper Midwest, we're talking about temperatures already sub-zero. But then we still have to factor in the wind chill. So what does it feel like? It feels like sub-zero in the Northeast, which means the upper Midwest is talking about temperatures a good 20, 30 degrees below zero. That's 40, 50 degrees below average for this time of year. Huge dome of Arctic air. That guy is going to be only sagging farther to the south. And if you look way up to the north, you see that low. This is the pattern right now. We're looking at a series of clippers that for the most part bring snow just kind of the upper Midwest and the upper Ohio Valley around the Great Lakes. But some of them can dip farther down to the south, just like we saw yesterday. And the third one in the series here looks like potentially could bring some heavy snow in through next week if one of the weather models is right. One of them says yay, the other says nay. So we're going to be closely watching that because guess what is next week, at least at the end of the week? That would be the Super Bowl.
All right, and that's why we hope that you at home have the good sense to stay out of the cold.